CTs.
Well, here we go then. Looks like NiP will be flashing over towards long. It's a prime bit of real estate on the map. We'd always talk about the terrorists, although it's long-range confrontations, the CTs don't get great positions. You see KennyS there. He gets a chance to get a couple of shots there, but he'd be overwhelmed pretty quickly. Going to be headshot as well. That's what I'm talking about. Goes down to 12 HP. Apex will be backing him up, but the bomb will be committing at this point. Smoke deployed towards crossover, and Apex through the smoke finds the first headshot.
First headshot indeed as Apex is going to get held off by the smoke ever so slightly, though. That's going to allow the bomb to cross. Michael, good shot as he jumps up to try and get further information on the other side of the smoke. And look at Forrest. Way over toward B. He's got information that they're not inside of middle. He'll go toward the door, and they're so low on HP on this catwalk position. It'd be hard to see them making this work without hitting perfect shots on the retake. As Exist gets pushed back down the ramp ever so slightly, but Forrest does get back in. He's found one from below, and Exist, the burst fire. You don't see it work often, but it's low HP. Headshots from it, and he follows it with a third.
Pretty flawless round there from NiP. They lose one player at the crossover there. Apex with a shot through the smoke, but you can see how overwhelming NiP were as soon as they got to the site. You pointed it out, Forrest outside that B position as well. He was looking for rotating players. He didn't even get that much for it. He goes all the way down to CT spawn. Actually, the CT's committing towards short at that point. The good thing is as well though, Forrest looking towards short. NBK runs out mid towards CT spawn. He takes 5 shots at him. Forrest just completely punishes him, blows his head off, and that's going to be NiP picking up this first round. Forced by in return, of course, from EnVyUs. He can have the Deagles once again. Can do lots of hard work with these weapons. You can see that first shot coming in from NBK. Doesn't find more than one though. 4 and 4, get right. It's going to be opening up the B side. That should be the round at this point. You can see the rest of the EnVyUs are on the other side of the map.
Yeah, bomb already going down as well. So Apex and Happy fan out across the map, see what they could find in terms of exit frags. Michael LX to juggle a scout inside of the site. Doesn't want to give anything to the CTs for the next round. That's not how you juggle. Pressing E throws it further away. Try to keep it potentially away from Apex in this case. Deagle on armor may also wish to save it himself. Michael's looking down the corridor to see if he spots anyone.
Yeah, at this point, the CTs with those upgraded pistols and body armor can't win the round. Trying to get some exits, not going to overly commit though. Michael is looking for the shot there with the scout. Can't actually make it land. He's a bit careful. He could be going down with the bomb here. Should be okay. I'll keep track of him. I think he will make it out to CT spawn. He's absolutely fine. Times it quite nicely. Doesn't want to run into the 5-7s. They're going to be pushing into B after the bomb goes off as well. So that's actually quite a nice move from him. Well played. And the CTs keep 3 players alive. It's difficult to imagine they actually do anything with them though. We'll see whether the other teammates will commit to this. Presumably they'll keep their money a little bit more honest. I said Dust2, a spawn-based map. Michael, one of the best spawns available. He's looking towards long right now. Scout's not the best weapon to go towards that area with, but he looks confident in it. A couple of flashes going over, just trying to get the headshots. They cross towards a pit. 3 players there, could actually happen.
Oh, leg shot from the scout. Takes Apex down to 11 HP. Chased up by Get Right, excuse me. I was about to say KennyS, because it's KennyS being chased by Get Right, so is that another one? Does that count? Is that our third hybrid player?
Maybe.
As Exist is trying to find the shot as well, Michael. A little bit over top of the smoke as he gets on top of long plat, but additional smokes deployed. They want to get the cross in. Bomb was dropped so they could all peek. They'll grab that, walk it toward the site where Get Right's doing the work. He's found one with the UMP. Jumping over, looking for more. Watch quad, because as he looks here, there should be a repeat coming out. Now it's there. He's got the reload in time, but Happy. So it should be all things done and dusted. Just got to contend with it.
Certainly can.
I know one clip in particular on Inferno.
Bit messy there towards the end. We said it's a bit of a freestyle map. You don't have to execute the terrorists going forward, but the orb comes out for Forrest. Problem is though, the force buy in the second round means KennyS can't get the orb. We said he needs to be the one stepping up here. They've had this poor start again, it's 3-0, and not using the most valuable asset, the KennyS orb. It's so powerful, especially on Dust2. It's not going to be brought out here in the first round. No kit either as well. So this is a problem. They don't win this round. Could be a 5-0 coming in, and Forrest, he's got the lay of the land here. Can just walk around and find picks uncontested in terms of the AWP battle.
Forrest waiting for an opportunity, but lets the smoke bloom so his teammates can then progress from the lower tunnels. A bit of spray into the smoke. Chance that could capitalize on the mid-B split. Or at least get some control of middle from the T side. The mid-B split, obviously, with them inside the site does entail you've got to get some support from tunnels. You've got to find one kill on the entry to overwhelm them. Get right with Flames in front to clear off the door behind is slowly going to go back over. So B looking more like the fashion that NiP is going to present. Flash for good measure, tagged up inside of it though is Exist. Slows him tremendously, and Fire gets put out in front. They're going to give up on middle already. They're going to go straight in from the tunnels. It's a slow approach, and somehow it still works. Get right and Forest find the entries. No crossover on the doors just yet, and Kenny, he's back down to the bottom of middle, can try and capitalize on that, but smoke is in place. And now the plant coming in for Get Right. Kenny's very close to that window, but the flame is already there, and already they're looking to escape and save.
They don't have the orb to defend off NiP here. Forest finds the first pick towards the B side. Quite a simple approach there. Don't have to battle the incendiaries either. And KennyS does find one kill. Happy chimes in as well. But at this point, the Terrorists can probably justify go hunting here. They know it's a full eco next round if EnVyUs don't save any weapons at this point. So Forest, he's going towards T-spawn. But it will be KennyS towards short at this point. Just trying to hold on to the weaponry here. Didn't find any kills in the initial exchange. NiP again, that B bomb site. And once it's a 5-on-3, you have no kits or grenades. You have to save at that point. You can't justify going for anything. So 3 players will survive for NiP. 2 quite low, so probably the hunt will come to an end. Just going to be staying alive at this point, but still, EnVyUs could drop 2 weapons with Happy and Kenny staying alive. So keeping the money a little bit stronger. Kenny needs to start getting that all power. I think this is the right call. So get a couple of Deagles out to complement the M4s here. No kits purchase, not a heavy investment here. This is fine. It probably will be 5-0, but still, Happy's M4 can certainly find a few kills. Maybe he can do something with this. Friedberg looks like he wants to go pushing through those mid doors as Exist commits to the B rush.
Double flashes in, turned away. NBK no vision. Although watch Happy get back in the window. Michael can't find the shots in response. That gives Sixer the peek. And Get Right hasn't advanced far enough to counter it until now. Catches him in the closet. That's where I found you multiple times, Henry, as the bomb's going to go down. Kenny does fall back slightly off the window, but wants to go in with the flash. It's countered out. Get Right still planting, was never blinded by it, and as such has the kill. Watch Apex, he gets the jump. It doesn't matter. It's all Get Right, and it's going to be another round for NiP.
Nice play there from NiP. You can see Friedberg focusing towards middle, then a nice little B rush coming in as well. It's definitely a bit of an all-in move. Both the M4s there as well. They had to contest. So if you win the round, it looks great. If you lose it, you start to question yourself, why did we do that with such a huge advantage? But still, flashbangs are good. You can see MBK actually standing in the open, looking at a wall. So that was fine. They got an easy kill there. 5-7 a bit problematic, but the first gun round comes in. We've got the KennyS AWP. Exists with a decent long spawn, flashed out of position though.
He's elected to bring it up here. They're putting Michael back onto the rifle. It was something that we talked about with Michael coming back into this team, his flashy AWP presence. So, change of style, perhaps, for NiP today.
We'll see what happens here. Get Right's got control of short. NiP known to have some great execution on the A side especially. They can do great fakes with them as well. Actually, you're a big fan of them, but KennyS, this is the problem. This is one of his most favored angles, but Sixer, he strikes first and can't find the shot. Michael Ailey takes him down, and this will be the cue for NiP to commit. KennyS does make it back to the ramp, and it's going to be him baiting in his teammates on the A ramp, and here we go then. KennyS starts hitting shots. Can't find the second.
Gotta hit it now, though. This is it. This is going to be a problem. The Flames are getting very hot on that ramp, and Get Right getting out from long has got the damage done, but it's traded back with Happy's spray down, leaving just Forest bomb. He elects to leave it. He wants to go for kills on this. He anticipates perhaps that they're watching it, and he wants to catch them off. This could work. Right now is Happy still on the ramp, is looking up in that position. Oh, the no-scopes miss both ways. They both get a chance to refire, but it's going to make it worse off for Forest because there's a second man in the equation for EnVyUs, and MBK is able to pop out and catch him off.
That got a bit spicy towards the end. Forest there, both of them going for no-scopes. And there it is. KennyS, we said once he gets the AWP in his hands, he's going to be pivotal in winning them rounds. He finds 2 kills. Wasn't as pretty as we'd expected from him, but he still manages to pull the trigger twice and land the shots accordingly. So, problem is, though, that was quite an expensive round for EnVyUs. Need to win this round, and quite convincingly as well, as it's going to be another fast play from NiP here. Maybe just going straight out towards middle. That's a flashback from Friedberg. The bounce.
Can't find anything. Exist is the one that benefit from all of these smokes out, and Happy, he's forward to the Flames and the nade, but oh, the second one, thankfully that smoke's still in position. He was caught between 2 with a nade damage on top of it. He would have gone down.
Can't do anything now. 5-on-3, and once again they've got the B bomb site. Those are the kills they required. NBK had to get at least one there before he went down. Didn't happen, and then Sixer left in a horrible position, playing the B boss side by himself. Very fast round from NiP, striking back. Take Apex down. KennyS and Happy trying to stay alive at this point. Happy towards CT spawn, and KennyS, he's watching the long doors. So it should be fine to stay alive at this point, but a fast change of pace there. We said Dust2, you can just kind of pull tactics on the fly. You don't have to say, we're doing X strategy or Y. You're going to say, right, we've got the momentum here, their money's going to be low, we reset them here, let's throw something really wild at them. This kill from Kenny, it's important, manages to stay alive. It's really very important indeed. He manages to do.
It's called by Envy, you're right.
So this will be tactical at this point. So the thing is, right, let's work it out. It's 6-1. You're going to be eco next round regardless as well. So we save the AWP. It's on one of the best AWPers in the world. Do you force up around him and take a risk, allow him to see what he can do here? Or do you just go with some PD50s and try and see if he can do this similar sort of role? It's going to be a tough call. It's difficult to say what the right answer is. From my point of view, 6-1, I think you're okay still. I think this PD50s with the AWP still boosting up towards short, potentially go for that first pick. I don't think you should fully invest into this one. That's been detrimental to EnVyUs in the past. They've been quite reckless with their force buys and lost a lot of games because of it. So it looks like the buy is coming in. You can hear it happening right now. Apex just picks up a deagle. Nothing else invested just yet. And Ports comes in. It will be that approach, I believe. They want to make sure they don't lose this game, just constantly force buying, trying to make magical things happen here. Oh, I beg your pardon. They're all in, Matt. Here we go. Changing their mind at the last
You can have my pardon only because you begged for it, because that's what you should do, Henry.
Okay.
You should always beg when you need something from me.
All in
Don't
there.
forget it.
Here we go. And Kenny S will boost up towards short. A lot of pressure on his shoulders there. Can he deliver with his first pick?
Well, he wants to go aggressive, but he's looked to, he's already beyond Freiberg's position. That could have been costly. If Freiberg peeked back out while he was scoped in down toward the tree, bomb stacked up outside long, two players getting closer to the catwalk position exist in Freiberg. It should be a 3-2-A split. Classic strat way back in the day. As the nades flashes go over. Caught out though. Kenny's got one. Sixer on the other. Sixer shot that headshot all the way down from the bottom of tunnels, in fact, as it was already damage done in from Kenny, so very well done. And now they can start to swarm. They've got the man advantage. They know they're out toward watching out toward middle, but when he looks back, there's still a cross coming through. Good flash in. It's going to leave him a sitting duck, and Michael's going to capitalize. But Sixer's got an AK. Gotten closer to the site. That bullet goes directly in front, nearly finds him. Wrapping around, it's going to be a 1-for-1. Happy as well still has a weapon, and he's going to cover off from catwalk. No safe plan available. Let's get right at the car. That's going to be the benefit factor in all this, or is he?
Nope.
Spotted out. MBK scoped in. Perfect shot. Michael stuck on top of the site. Position to walk toward the ramp, and Michael Ailey's figured it out at this point in time based on the timing. He spots it, but it's a shot for Happy instead.
Lovely work from Happy there. Good work from EnVyUs overall, to be fair. Actually pushing towards the B tunnels. They knew they had to be assertive at that point. There's no presence from the ninjas at all. Kenny S on short as well. They pincer NiP towards that lower B position as well. Kenny S has already got a leg shot. I mean, Six have got a nice opening frag with the 5-7, and then Kenny lands a shot as well. Comes down to the 1v1. Nice work from NiP to claw the way back into it. But Michael Ailey, he loses track of Happy overall, and he's so good in those clutches. Happy is known within the team to be able to deliver the goods almost every time in the 1v1. It's very good and intelligent in that respect. We go into round number 9. A force by this time from NiP. The gap is starting to close. It's 6-2. And presumably, NiP will have their work cut out for them, considering they've got one AWP, a Galil, 2 Tech-9s, and an AK. What's the play here? It's a default for now. The AWP in hands of Forest. We haven't really seen that duel come into fruition just yet. We haven't seen any actual AWP-on-AWP battles as of yet. Kenny S this time will be towards long A. Going to be baiting in Apex a little bit, who hides in the corner. The idea is that he fires a shot and then Apex sprays him down.
This goes back out toward the catwalk with the Galil. 2 rounds for Envy. Not in succession, but of the last 3, and the money starts to dwindle away for NiP. So this round actually means a lot. Either team, regardless of who loses it, is going to be looking for a lone that really doesn't exist in Counter-Strike, and a lone would therefore mean an eco. Double push coming through with these beat tunnels. Good position for Michael Ailey. Try and spot this. Sees the gun barrels. Files a little bit early, though. That catches him off, but he does damage sufficient enough for Get Right to trade it back with a Tech-9. That leaves guns available on the way through to B as well. Get Right's going to pick up an M4. Freiberg could try and follow in the footsteps. He's going to wrap back for mid for that exact reason, but they wanted the B site. They've smoked off and held out Happy. This should be a bomb plant coming in. Get Right's the first to cross over, though, and he's going to hold off by spraying through the door for Forrest, who's got higher HP. This plant behind triple as well, so it's a safe plant, or excuse me, double. And Freiberg does get Apex with that A.
To. It's 4 kills to find, and there's a Molotov available for Freiberg as well. So the AWP's not the deadly factor there. It's the Get Right Tech-9, backed up by Michael Ailey as well. He does all the damage. Once again, EnVyUs trying to get control of those B tunnels. Get taken down. That's the signal for NiP to make their way to that bomb site, and Happy can't do anything about it. He wanted to flash through and actually try and challenge him as he came out the tunnels there, but the smoke deploys just in time and saves NiP. It's a little bit sloppy from EnVyUs overall, just as Happy was about to reposition and try again. His teammates were flashing him as well. So only one frag taken down there for the NiP force buy. That resets EnVyUs once again. Only $1,400 coming in, so they had to save those weapons in terms of the bigger picture of the game. Had they gone for it, there's still a chance they can win the round, sure, in a 4-2, but they need the money going forward. So still a chance to win this. They might force into it once again. Looks like it might be a double eco regardless, so yes, they will buy into this. So Apex gets a 5-7 head armor. Similar story for his teammates as well. 6, that keeps his money a little bit stronger. And Happy was looking to boost there potentially, but doesn't come in. Kenny surely got to go for this pick. He's waiting there at the bottom of the doors. Does it actually work out? Does he go for it? Oh, that's the bait.
And it works because Forrest is far enough to the left that Kenny can't spot him. He got back behind the corner.
Is Kenny going for this?
Still fancies it.
Fancies top and middle. Okay. I thought the idea was MBK sacrifices himself and then takes down the AWP, allows Kenny to get that first kill at least. Didn't work out in that fashion.
Definitely not. Straight through on that M4. Kenny's going to cross behind the smoke. Sixers inside of the site. We saw it briefly. He's got a P250 boosted up. There we go. Perfect shot. And we'll light up the Christmas tree and show you the names on the other side as well as Get Right, Michael and I believe it was Freiburg. All on that side. Excuse me, it's Forest. Freiburg's on Catwalk, so they're all on that side of the map, the B tunnels. Apex not necessarily pushing through it long. Good shot from Kenny. He's going to take down one at mid. Apex should get some information on this. As soon as they hit B, he'll be fast on the flank, so Freiburg's got to make a decision if he's going to go mid on his own. Another shot from Kenny. This AWP might get them all. Tear them down as he looks for more. They're lining up, but down they go. Sixers found, and it gives Get Right the opportunity to find the AWP. Freiburg's inside of mid. Smoke's out on either side. Bomb's remaining.
Good work from Freiburg. Just Happy remaining, absolutely. M401S in hand. Looks like he does want to have a little look around, see if he can find his opening frag towards the tunnel. Has got a kit, but ultimately it's $1,900 coming next round. They're on another eco, so he wants to be saving this weapon if anything. Can't really justify going for it. Smoke towards the mid doors. Looks like he wants to damage the economy potentially of NiP here. Find a couple of kills as they're retreating. Freiburg, open hand, not known for his sniper prowess, but this time he nails the shot, takes down Happy, and picks up the AWP for his teammate there. So 8-2, good work from him, and like I said, after the full reset once again, there's only $1,400 into the previous round, $1,900 into this one, has to be a full eco. Kenny has got a bit more money than everyone else, he invests in a CZ and smoke, but that's about all they have. A couple of 5.7s and P250s come in. What's a play? You can smoke towards the mid doors, maybe stack B, rush it as a 5-man unit. That could be interesting. Are they going to do it? So 5 do cross over. Do they just push straight in, or do they stack for the rush? NiP have done that once already. Looks like they're waiting for the initial rush, but once you hear no footsteps and nothing really happens, you're going to be holding back. I think Michael did deploy smoke at the tunnel entrance, so that's actually, although he's probably not aware, he's going to keep a lot of players towards that side of the map, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, very interesting.
And look at the other side. They've actually gone towards long. So he's actually won the round, pretty much the round with one smoke. That's pretty cool.
Nature of Counter-Strike at times.
Yeah.
I like it. It's the fast-paced chess game, Counter-Strike.
Indeed. Well, it's sometimes worked right. NiP have shown to do some B rushes every now and then. You're not going to win this round, EnVyUs, but if you stack like that, and it is a sloppy B rush, that's why I normally say you really shouldn't do them on the guarantee ecos. Although they will work most of the time, there's a good chance that when you don't get the information, something like that happens. It's an unnecessary risk you have to take, and this time NiP, completely calculated, managed to avoid it. So EnVyUs at this point, they've pretty much sussed out. It's not. That's about it. Not really much point saving them. They get 2,400 next round, so another buy will come in. Kenny is going to get the AWP out once again, but it's 9-2 in favour of NiP. If you're just joining us, you missed a hell of a first map. NiP ran away with it in the first half, 13-2, but it did get very exciting in the second half. This is 1-0 so far in the best of 3. NiP getting the best foot forward to justify the second map as well.
Nice shot from Freiburg, clotheslining MBK. Happy on the other side of that door. They're not going to get much out of this. No need to give away guns, and it'll go 12 rounds in, 9-2. As we start the 12th round. That always does get you off. Caught you off last game. Caught me off this game.
It's true.
We are caught sleeping. Money is not great on the EnVyUs side.
It's
still.
certainly not, but at this point it's getting to the point they need to start getting rounds on the board once again, like we were on Nuke. So Kenny has glass cannon, but sometimes that's enough for a man like of his caliber. He'll be towards A this time. You can see there's actually quite a lot of mid presence coming in from NiP quite early on, and a headshot as well. Sixer goes down. He's normally the B player, but it's just going to be MBK at the window now as it exists edges further forward. His presence towards short as well. That'll be Get Right trying to show his hand, and it's a good shot from MBK, keeping the dream alive towards B, but he's still by himself.
Very much so. And he's actually gone Get Right lurking right now, but the activity on B is all right now what matters, because Forrest nearly goes down to MBK, who does find Michael. Bomb was in Forrest's hands. It's going to put him back outside the side. MBK low HP. That gives Freiburg a chance. He can actually make this play. Freiburg does. Gets MBK, turns around.
Whoa.
What a shot on Happy as well from Freiburg.
Oh, he's back. He said in the interview he's been putting the hours in, and his form has been getting better and better. And that's another great display from him. Nice little three-man. MBK was low short, but the flick around towards CD Spawn, that was pretty stellar. And it's a big round for NiP to pick up. Once again, the money was weak in the previous. Now it's 10-2. They have to take yet another eco here. Should be 11-2 at this point after this round. So MBK attack through the door as well. That certainly doesn't help. He's one of the few players that invested in body armor as well. That can be so frustrating, and maybe this is the little B play coming in from NiP at this point. MBK gets the position towards the back of the site, but quite calculated to see whether NiP will walk into the crosshair. That's MBK, not giving too much away at this point. Molotov towards the platform. They will be committing. Damage done, and Sixer finds the first frag.
Finds it indeed. More importantly, they've covered off the B site. They've got a kills required. It's Kenny that's going to try and get to window a little bit later on. And a rotation coming around from Envy to go all the way through T-spawn. Pincer off the tunnels. They've got to go a little quicker than this, though. Kenny could actually thwarted this if he had found one kill on that alone. Now they'll use the utility to hold him out. And the HP in the last round as well. Freiburg hits those shots. There's 14 and 10. It was winnable for EnVyUs, because they had the man advantage in the situation as well. Apex does get Freiburg down. This will make them want to go. They've only got pistols, so you might as well man up and try and go for it with the lost bonus as it is, and it's working out. Kenny hits a shot. And it's low HP. He may just pull this back.
There it is. Exist 3 versus 1. Another round where it looked like it was going to be EnVyUs picking it up, and it's an ace from Exist as well. Fantastic work at the back of the B site. Everything going in their favor. Just when it seemed like EnVyUs caught a break there on the eco, he pulls off a fantastic performance there. Very calm towards the back platform. It's a great position if you can land the shot. Score was 13-2. They couldn't win that map, and it's looking like it could be a similar storyline here. Long control coming in from NiP. It's Forrest towards Blue Ben, looking to get that first frag. Spots the first player as well. The backup coming in from Kenny S. Can he do anything about this?
Kenny, lovely first shot as he does slide out. Catches it. Exist immediately. Forrest just going to fall at the hands of Apex. Freiburg looking to try and work it up on the catwalk. He's going to be the salesman in this play, because Get Right and Michael down 2 men are working the B tunnels on their own. Double smokes out. Get Right's walking in. He's going to try and catch them off. One in the open. Get Right's found it. He's gone low though, but 5 HP. That's enough to draw a lot of attention over to the site. The unfortunate part is they lost Freiburg, who therefore can't catch those rotations in action. As Get Right getting closer to the doorway, very low HP as this gun comes through. He's going to try and jump across. Jump through, in fact, on the flash. Can't find the kills. That would have been money. That would have been magic. As he does get back in for safety, but unfortunately Apex covers off Michael in the window, and Get Right will go down. That play could have been the most interesting of the whole game.
You're right.
But it was always going to be a risk, and it doesn't pay off.
My God, finally EnVyUs do arrive here in the third round, 11-3. Money still available for the Ninjas. There have been a lot of close rounds here. The money's not fantastic, but enough to bring out a full buy regardless. It's number 15 here. Double orb setup works out. Kenny gets that first frag towards long. Funnels in it. Ninjas back towards B. And finally they get something going, although Get Right did his best to thwart their attempts. It will be another fast play. We did say you throw the rulebook away when you have these sort of leads. Just keep applying the pressure, especially towards mid. 4 players there. It looks like a B split will be coming in once again. Forrest is towards the tunnels. Happy. Wide to receive though. Smoked out. Going to do jumping up and see if he can find that first frag. Gets good vision, but a Sixer to take it down.
MBK looking for the shot, spots some legs, and it's going to be Sixer on the second AWP that catches the kill instead onto Freiburg as he ran back. Look at this. They've all rotated over. Smoke CT. I'm not going to count this for a win in the round, but Michael, it's round 15. He can get a bomb plant and try and make something happen out of this. It's not like the bomb plant even matters for money, but we are going to see a nice 1 versus 5 attempt. But he's going to stay near the boxes. First approach. Apex already down on the ramp. He's got to hit shots perfectly. Molotov goes out, slides, shoots for 1, has to get the reload in, and Apex is there.
11-4 picked up. EnVyUs managing to pick those last 2 rounds. As it is starting to look like a 2-0 here, but still 4 can be enough. CT half, you want to be posting at least 8-7 rounds here. It's a similar storyline to what we saw on Nuke. EnVyUs did manage to win the pistol on Nuke. We saw a much better game coming in. We'll have a look at the stats quickly as well. 16 frags to Get Right. Exists, great game as well. 15 for him, Freiburg 10 on the other side of the server. Kenny S, 11, Happy 10, Apex 8, Just so many clutches there, so many fast moments. This is what we want to see on Dust2. Sometimes there's a bit of a brawl. It's hard to analyze in terms of the tactics there. Like I said, a lot of teams will just use the spawn-based play, just go with their instincts, very loose mid-round calls. This is an exciting moment for EnVyUs. Lots of interesting, high-octane rounds, I would say. And I hope the second half delivers like it did on Nuke. We want to see Koppelman.
Well, we're back into it again, and it's NiP with another very convincing half. This time they start out T-side, 11 rounds to their name. It's much like Nuke all over again, and this time it's EnVyUs' map choice as well.
Absolutely. We actually need a pistol here for the French side. Down, but not out just yet. We'll have a look at the bias of them. As they move over to the terrorist side this time, it's going to be 3 sets of armor, and there will be Apex with the smoke and 2 flashbangs. EnVyUs, another team that favors towards long. We'll see whether that's going to be the case here once again. It seems a lot of teams these days start to do it. It'll be NiP, they're boosting up towards short. That's very common, aggressive. Look at that first pick. You might not necessarily get anything out of it, but it means you have control of middle, can funnel it the way you like. But as predicted, it will be Apex leading the charge towards long. The bomb will be going there as well. I presume Happy will be in lower B. Yes, he is. And we'll get right there to find him. He's currently on the lower B steps, but he's getting pincered in. Look at Exist in the upper B tunnels.
Sixer, NBK. Kenny and Apex all at long. Happy's already found that Exist inside of the B tunnels. That considers Forest to look back that direction, and EnVyUs, great start this time. Remember, they did win the pistol in the or didn't win the pistol, second round pistol in Nuke, but they did win the eco. This time they're looking much better. And Apex is going to time out perfectly. Peak. Forest getting lower and lower as he's on 60, getting closer to the site as well. It's NBK to take down his teammate. Forest now has to go 1 versus 5. That's never going to happen. And EnVyUs start off flawlessly in the pistol.
Here we go then. Hopefully get a good game here. That's what happened on Nuke as well. It's going to be a pretty flawless round. Overall, Happy opening things up. People will criticize him for the way he approaches these rounds when he's doing things like that, winning them and finding players, pushing him as well. You can't argue the results. I actually think it's very beneficial for his team when he's actually having a good day. He finds the first kill and Exists as well, controls the rotations and allows him to get out towards long, not having to worry about short at that point. It's actually really nicely done. Not a force buy here from NiP. They do get 1 scout in the hands of Forest, but I like this approach. We've discussed this to its death, Matt. If you have this huge kind of leads, you don't really want to be forcing on the second round. That's why EnVyUs found themselves in a bit of a rut. Didn't even have the AWP for Kenny S in the first gun round. That's a problem.
Yep.
So they're just going to make sure they just get a scout, try and do some tags here. Maybe the Deagles can do something with that. They're not investing in the armor there. That's not a full force buy as of yet.
Freiberg is the man that's walking out toward long. He's actually gotten his position on the other side of the door. He's not going to push through just yet. Tags in. Kenny S is hit by that. Forest as well through the door, though, so he goes down to 60, whereas Kenny was hit dry. He's on 32. Freiberg's showing some activity on Catwalk. The question is, does he man up and try and push through with the Deagle? If he does, he could catch them off because no one's out in that position at all. But if he doesn't, he needs to turn back soon and go play closer to the site and help Michael. He's going to push. So this will be interesting if they can contain them, if they can hold them off and pinch them in. Happy's getting Get Right's going to give them a little more freedom, but now Freiburg's in position. Hits the shot as well. Happy goes down. It's not a bad situation for NiP to find themselves in until now as MBK and Apex follow the kills up. That changes it. If you could have got down Catwalk, if they had not lost those, maybe Michael stays alive. There's a chance for it, but it is going to be Envy 6, NiP 11.
Absolutely. Well, it wasn't a force buy. They managed to do some damage there, find a kill as well, but Happy controlling his mid doors once again. He finds 2 kills. Nice timing from him. And get a little bit further forward, it will be getting to the danger point for NiP. It's going to be a full EQ for now, so that does pretty much suggest it will most certainly be an 11-7 scoreline. I think it's a little bit of damage inflicted to Forest as he crosses there, but Happy once again looking for those mid kills at the MAC-10, doing good work, but Forest takes him down the USP. They'll be making their way towards the B side, that is open. But I can hear more dinks coming in as well. Forest looking to get another kill, but his Exister finds it on Kenny S, so a chance here for the CTs at least.
Bomb's going to be planted during all this though, and Apex has positioned himself accordingly in towards CT. Good shot. Exist. Having him go down now gives not only the first SMG inside the door of the MAC-10, but the UMP can go to Forest. None of them have armor, none of them have a kit. They've got to act quickly if they go for this, and Exist is going to take the approach from the B tunnels. Sixer and NBK inside. Sixer's going to go with a flash out, can't find kills, but gets back inside, uses the times of the flash perfectly, and catches off Forest in the window. Sixer follows up another. NBK covers off tunnels, very straightforward. EnVyUs in the end, despite, again, that it gets a little close for a moment.
It does get a little bit closer. Good work from NiP to find the frag there with the default weaponry as well, but still, the headline is going to be EnVyUs finding round number 7. The extra kills gives $300 per kill as well, so it means that Michael brings out the orb on the CT side this time. 4 and 4 surrounding him, so it is much healthier than what we saw from EnVyUs in the first half as well. So big round coming in. EnVyUs can win this as another EK for NiP, and they can start to close the gap here. Forest towards those city spawn boxes. It means he can boost up and look over any mid splits coming in. It can be Molotov pretty easily, but still a position, if you get away with it, can be very strong indeed. Actually quite a little setup towards the B side. You can see that Exister is actually by himself there. If it was to be a mid split, he'd be in a lot of trouble. And have come down to Forest using that smoke and CD spawn to actually try and find frags here. Doesn't look like that'll be the case just yet. Apex trying to get control of short. Flash is coming over as well. They have obtained the catwalk at this point. They can actually go for a full execution. Those are normally very good on these first gun rounds, and the CTs don't have gun AWPers, and that's where Michael Ailey presumably will be watching as well. He's towards that car position.
Freiburg's along, Get Right underneath in CT with Forest covering from Firebox, 1 watching door, 1 watching back toward A. So the drop's covered, it gives Michael a bit of movement. He's going to play the CT side up. We talked about Forest in the first half. Isolation smoke comes in though. So he's already got to go way back toward the platform, give up a fast plant toward Catwalk. Get Right's going to try and do what he can. Lovely positioning, but can't land it, unfortunately, and goes to 63 on some tags.
I'd say save at this point, considering the situation. They only got 1 kit as well. Michael couldn't find that frag. I think they might want to hold back. Let's see what they decide to do. Still in city spawn, time ticking away. Need to be finding kills in the next 5 or 6 seconds to even justify going for this one. They edge their way up. It seems like they will commit.
Now there's a chance it's on Kenny, who's going to spawn a second one on the site. Freiburg never gets back down to his feet, but Exist flanks him back out. Kenny down to Forest. And NiP, you thought about saving. They suddenly pulled around back.
It's looking unlikely. They had the bomb down. 5 players as well. They got the, oh, it might not have worked out.
They didn't have kits. They didn't have kits. That is so close.
That's the reason I was saying. They had 5 kills to find and only 1 player on the kit as well who was towards long. That was, for me, when you got the better rounds, I'm trying to play the safer game, right? I'm trying to look at winning the match instead of winning the round, but they did a fantastic job at that point. EnVyUs maybe giving too much away in this confrontation towards city spawn. It seems like flags just flew in from NiP out of nowhere, finding 3 very quickly. Then they found out that EnVyUs were towards short, a short plant short that benefits the terrorists, but at that point, everything was going in favor of NiP. They managed to get a double AWP set up here as well. Has to be a force buy from EnVyUs. They've got the AWP out, 2 AKs, but a PT-50 and a Deagle. This could be the point where NiP run away with this game. Great round for them to pick up. Double AWP as well, probably as strong as you can be on Dust2. And no fast play coming in from EnVyUs just yet. Going to be holding up towards lower B and top of mid. Hoping that Kenny S can open up the map. He's still in T-spawn, seeing if anyone goes aggressive through that smoke.
He's definitely trying to find it. Drop down into lower in the suicide position. Freiburg again out toward long. Same setup except for the fact that Forest, he's changed it up slightly on the second AWP. He's going to play Cinders at mid. Get Right with a flash going over. It's not going to be him that peeks. It's for Forest. He's flashing himself. Apex is there on the other side of the doors. He's behind the Xbox, though. Kenny, AWP, staring at the corner, but now sets flash toward A. They're going to go on this quickly. No one, again, in position immediately. Watch for the isolation smoke to cover off Michael for the second straight round. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4 smokes to work with, which is enough. You say 3 is the bare minimum on A. 4 would be the isolation if they elect to do it. And here they go. Bounce them in. Isolation lands. Michael, does he change his angle this time? I think he might stay a little bit closer, just strictly based on Get Right's position with the flash, but he's got to time this. He's not throwing it yet. They're already there. NBK assassinates him. Now Michael's got to go passive. This could be a problem because that is a lovely shot from NBK. And they elect to sit back. They elect to fall away, and Get Right's a little bit late to throw the flash. Can't hear them coming, and it's going to be Exist to backpedal already. I think at least get Apex, but they're backing way off of this, and look at Happy. He's already over toward the B tunnels. This could be hard to save weapons in general.
Yeah, he's hunting them with a P250. He just gets one that's damaging. He doesn't get it, but Kenny S finds one in return. There's 2 players surviving now for NiP. What a play from MBK, though. We wanted someone to step up in that round. It certainly was a force by that, and he delivers with the Desert Eagle. The first shot was great, but the second was something really quite special. Michael Elliott with the AWP as well spots him, and before he can even pull the trigger, hopefully that's the catalyst we need to get really deep in the second map. If this is EnVyUs' pick, we want to see them take it to a third. Cobble will be something very interesting indeed. Round number 21. Still 12-8 here for the CTs. They do have money to force into this if they want to. It looks like that will be the case. So the open hand to Forest and 4 for Exist. Deagle for Freiburg. Sending numbers towards B here. 3 players flashing over as well. Oh, Kenny S could have pulled the trigger at that point. Doesn't quite spot the CT through that smoke.
Forest is looking toward the top of middle. With his AWP, he's going to shuffle his position here ever so slightly. One of the 2 guns saved across. It's not going to be Michael on the op, and Forrest is going to get out toward long now. Hang on, we've got a stop called.
Was there any damage
back to the start? No damage. I don't know about I didn't catch damage. No kills for sure. So it's a sound card issue again, they're saying.
Was that Freiburg?
NBK, the same
staff like Kenny S can bring to the table. I'm sure the sound card issue will be resolved momentarily. But signs of life here for EnVyUs after the really shocking first half for them. To be fair, there's lots of tight rounds. There's great clutches overall from NiP. It's a real brawl. That's why I like these kind of matchups here. We're talking about historically in terms of this matchup particular. In recent months, I would say, it's NiP that have taken most of the victories, and so far so good. Nuke was a landslide in the first half, 13-2 on the CT half. NiP looking like they're one of the stronger Nuke teams in the scene right now. It looks like we're resolved. We have been resolved.
There we go.
Confirmation. We're back into it. Let's go. So it will be a scout for Freiburg, and then 4 for Exist, and Forest with the AWP. Full buy though for EnVyUs. They're going to have all they need: Molotovs, smokes, and of course the AWP themselves. Flash goes over once again. No one challenging just yet. Forest will actually be towards B this time.
Freiburg out on Cat. Oh, they line up. That could have been so massive. He follows it up with a scout shot. If that was an AWP, 2 are dead. He's got 1 already. It's Freiburg looking for more. Looks for the slight peek. Has to fall away. Jump shot taken down, but it's going to be a pistol up close. Get Right runs out of shots to fire, and unfortunately it's NB capitalizing now as Apex and Happy will be coming in on top of the site. NBK still gone on all of this early. Not able to pick up a kill, but Apex will. Forest falls. It's down to just Exist. 1 versus 2. Coming in from Catwalk a little bit late. No kit. Does have the armor to work with. But Kenny's got his 8 up. And as I said, it is planted almost perfectly for that long position. And it's Kenny that just has to wait for it.
Well, Freiburg there getting tags off and a kill with a scout as well. They come up towards A, and Forrest was waiting. That's where he was at the A ramp with the AWP as well. Unfortunately, though, his teammate died towards long, and he was so focused towards that position, actually looking towards long for a greater amount of time than required. Happy, great move, double fakes it, goes back towards middle to stop rotations, and at that point, he realizes it's a short attack, and they get so close to him. He has a chance to shoot a player in the back, misses it, pulls out his USP, dings 1 player, but it's not enough. He can't actually find the kill, so that was down to Forest. Had he found 1 there, could have been a real possibility for NiP in that round. Round number 22 comes in, though. EnVyUs started to close the gap. 12-9 now in favor of the Ninjas. Pretty much full eco at this point. A couple of pistols here or there, PT50s for Freiburg and Forest. and Exist with the Desert Eagle. You can see though, EnVyUs completely aware this is pretty much a full eco. Going to be finding that first frag. It's happy to open things up. He takes down friberg towards long, not overcommitting, just seeing if anyone will try and get the frag in return. Spots one on the corner as well.
Happy shot toward the corner. Can't find this shot to kill, but it does put Michael reasonably low. Forrest tries to catch them off by being closer to that and potentially do massive damage. Oh, okay, Michael, you're gonna get cheeky. Tries to think about using the texture advantage of the flames behind the car, but knows they're up cat, and therefore it would have been seen regardless. Tries to get a compensation move toward A as a result, but gets caught off. It's gonna be Exist, and it's Get Right. 12-9, we're looking double digits for Envy. And only two, this will be the third round loss bonus going Get Right and NiP's way. Speaking of gets the shot on Happy, but they are in a position where they'll be able to buy in the next round, and they should have an AWP at their expense. Yeah, they'll have at least one at their expenses. Michael 57-50 and 48-50 for Forrest. I can't imagine going double off with Glass Cannon.
No, I don't think so. It's going to be Michael bringing it out. WP, we can see there is a distinct lack of utility, especially on Michael as well. No nades purchased whatsoever. He's known to be more flashy than Forrest, I would say, and we'll see whether he can actually make anything happen here. It's actually starting to run away once again. It's a 6-1 in favour of the French side here in the second half. Very similar scenes to what we saw on Nuke. NiP just need to break the economy once really out of EnVyUs, and that could be the GG moment, but here we go then, the first confrontation towards long. Michael waiting for it as Happy sprays us some speculative shots there through the smoke. Going to be taken out of position though with a smoke in return from the CTs. Ooh, friberg.
It's perfect position. Gun barrel shows no way Happy had any vision at all. So finally NiP is going to stabilize the first pick, but watch the play toward Catwalk. 4 members of Envy starting to work in that direction. And NBK is going to lead it. Already up the stairs. Kenny's going to get in position to try and flash him in. Drops down. That catches Michael in full effect, so he's got to give up the position. And Kenny's going to take it as a result, but he takes back up. Kenny's changed his angle. It works out for Michael. Tries to find the second. NBK hits the shot on Get Right in the meantime, but the nade comes through. friberg instead hits the headshots, and Michael capitalizes. And NiP finally find 13. Only their second round of this half.
Well, Michael he picks up the AWP, delivering the shots required as well with a little bit of backup from friberg. He gets 3 kills in total. He's the one who found the one towards long. It's Happy with an interesting play for the smoke. He is known to have interesting moves and try and catch his enemies by surprise. This time though, friberg, he's got his number, takes him down, rotates with the AK, he picks up from the fallen body of Happy and lands 2 great shots towards short as Michael takes all the attention away from him. Good work from NiP. They find round number 13 here. Haven't broken the economy just yet, like I said. If they win this one, that's pretty much it for EnVyUs. They won't have enough to buy into the next round. So the fate of EnVyUs pretty much lies in round number 24 here. They've got the AWP out once again. Still a full buy, not as strong as it was before. Missing the Molotovs, have a few smokes to work with though.
Kenny's going to probe out mid. Flashing. Oh. CT side and let EnVyUs walk into their mistakes.
I'm pretty sure this will be an execution into a mid play. They've done the execution a couple of times now. They've shown they've got it. You can mix it up. You can do the same smokes, commit one play down to CT spawn as normally Apex, then you go back towards mid with the bomb. I would say that'd be a good call right now.
Apex in the smoke. It's going to go. Flash out. Michael again blinded off. Last time this happened, it was friberg that saved the day from long. Michael gets 1 this time, and friberg, they're going to hold for retake. He's going to sit and look at Happy again. He's way over toward B. He's just going to go into the tunnels now. His teammate's successful in getting the A bomb site, but he's got to go quick on the lurk. Exist and Forrest will bypass him if he's not there soon, and they're already on the site. If Get Right can pick up kills, Happy's going to be so far removed, he's going to get to the doorway at B just as Exist goes towards CT spawn, but he's late on it. Now they know he's there, and this becomes a problem because Sixer's the last alive on the site directly. They can get on the defuse, get on it immediately. friberg's already there. This is going to be 14 rounds for NiP. Close exchange at the bottom in the end, but he never would have got to the defuse.
This is one of the lurks that looks pretty detrimental to his teammates now. He's so far removed from it. You could see NiP being aware. Problem is, yes, he could probably get the kill. He doesn't pull the trigger in time. Exist. He just has to stay alive there. He doesn't drop his frag. And at that point, like you said, Sixer by himself would have been more beneficial if Happy was just holding towards lower B, stopping rotations towards mid. NiP just have full control of the situation, and he was Happy that couldn't actually do anything about it. Just as soon as he's detected, doesn't find the kill, that's it. Six is done for. And I said, as soon as they break the economy, that's going to be the GG. 14-10 right now. This could be it. They have got, I think, a couple of rifles, a little for Kenny S. 6 out on the AK-47. 3 pistols to go with them. All in at this point. NiP know the money's going to be low. Don't need to overcommit. Just hold back. allow EnVyUs to make the next move.
And Freiburg is going to get inside the corner. Make sure when they come through, he's on a slightly different angle than he has been. But EnVyUs again with the pistols and the 2 rifles are going to look toward middle, at least early on. This time Happy's with his team. It's Sixer that's playing the off-site, and it's Catwalk once more. A tag on Michael put him automatic. They've got armor, so the rifle's not exactly going to spray down easily, but it's definitely the advantage in weaponry. They've sold a fake, actually. They've actually pulled Michael all the way back over. Freiburg's come back down from long. 2 smokes out mid. Forrest and Exist are now going to get pinched off at the B site. NBK hits a lovely shot. Forrest, he's got 3 players swarming on top of him. He's got to find these kills. Into the corner, tries to bait it out as long as possible, and does manage only 1, but it buys a little bit of time. Happy getting get right, though. That's late on Catwalk. And that's why he's with them, because now he starts to lurk over to the A site. Freiburg trying to go through the smoke. Kenny's not going to spot him. Gets inside the site, and the AK could actually catch Kenny off. As a result of this, it will. And now he's going to spray toward the bomb. It's going to be Happy way over toward A. Picks up his teammate, and Sixer needs to be found. Freiburg has to solve the riddle before Happy arrives, and he can't do it. Sixer wins it. Good fake from EnVy, and they isolate the B site.
Yeah, absolutely. This time the lurk from Happy works out tremendously. That's when it's really beneficial. He's catching rotations. Get right running around towards short with his knife out. Happy kills him with the P250, picks up the M4, and then he's dropping down the CD spawn as well, finding Michael Ellie. That's when it's proactive. That's when it really works and makes sense. Before, he wasn't really part of the action. He went towards all the way into B tunnels, towards the B side, couldn't really do anything about it. This time, he gets his team back into the game. Nice fake, and finishing things off in style as well with just 2 rifles. All back out, and they've reset the money for NiP. This could have a few more twists and turns here, as EnVyUs once again close the gap and break the money for the Swedish side.
Kenny at the top of middle. MBK, meanwhile, taking down Freiburg. First pick again for EnVyUs. And NiP's money gone 14 rounds. It's tantalizingly close. It's frustratingly close to getting onto map point and being able to take a deep breath and know that you're not done should EnVyUs continue with this momentum. And when I say not done, I mean in this particular map. Remember, they did pick up the first one on Nuke. It's cobblestone if required. And I don't think it's done deal yet, whether it will be or not, with this scoreline and the money currently in the hands of EnVy. Good accumulation of NiP players. Set ready with the AK. He's going to get 1, 2, and potentially a 3rd as he catches Get Right moving up. All 3 of those players go down without a fight. And 12 rounds now for EnVyUs.
Indeed. It looks like the money's starting to stabilize for NiP once again. If they can find match point in this round and just give themselves that breathing space, that would be great, but it's not looking too positive for them in terms of the buy. Exist, UMP, Get Right, UMP. They've got Serum Force to go with it, and Michael is back on the AWP himself, but still this is actually looking very promising, and that even helps EnVyUs out a little bit more. Attack through the door is going to be Exist, going down to 50 HP. Compliments of Kenny S. Michael's watching towards long this time, and it's not actually going to be a full commitment in terms of any sort of rush or something I can work out outside the round. This is actually a full default coming in from EnVyUs. Brought up on your screen right now, you can see it. And they've got all the utility to work with as well. Just gaining a little bit of map control, clearing out lower B, pushing the CDs back if anyone's presented himself towards middle. But there's actually more B presence here for the CDs. You can see they've actually got 2 players in there. It will be Exist and Forest and Get Right towards mid as well. So if a full execution comes in, Michael has to hold that by himself, and that's a very tough order.
Very tough indeed. Nade goes through. Get Right's going to back all the way into the B site. 3 players now in B, though. The problem is they're getting on a catwalk and looking to go A. So the shuffle for NiP over toward the B site may not be the best decision for them. Freiburg out toward long again. It's Michael. AWP. That has to be absolutely huge. Oh, they're pushing through B tunnels, though. They haven't moved yet. EnVy's still on cat. Forrest has gotten all the way by Happy. Now, did he hear him? That's the question, because he's going toward T-spawn. Happy setting for a similar play. They're going to pull back, and Forrest is going to get information on this. This actually could work out for NiP just because of how slow EnVyUs has played it. 34 seconds. They're going to go now. Smoke's already set. Drop down potentially coming in, and Michael's going to give up A site. They want to play the retake. Happy's out of position on this because no one's going toward catwalk, and Forrest, he's cleared everywhere else. He's going to go and try and find Happy as well. This could take going to have a retake. Michael starts it off. Kenny's the one to fall, and Forrest spotting Happy. The duel, oh, he's got him so low. Already favoring NiP, and look at the HP on the site. It's just Happy remaining. Again, they can get on the defuse, and all 5 stay alive for NiP.
How sick are these retakes been for NiP so far? allowing them to get up towards short. We said if he goes towards A, they're going to have a real tough time actually getting back into this round. Michael opens the floodgates, so he finds one kill on the site. He's patient, he's not overcommitting. That's actually really well played from him. Falling back, allowing them to get in positions where they can actually win the round with a decent retake there. All he gets is one kill, but that's enough. His teammates coming from City Sport and making those UMPs do tremendous work there. And once again, yes, Happy's holding the rotations, but Forest did such good work to actually come around towards long and manages to find him in lower B and takes him out of the round.
And spare a thought for Michael Lilly's discipline as well to give up this site, knowing that he was going to be overwhelmed on Cat, and then, as you say, opening the floodgates in the retake. It's not often you see that an AWP player want to give that up so easily without a few shots, so it works. And now they do have that 15th round we talked about. Still, there's money on the EnVyUs side, and as such, they're going to buy into it. Kenny's got an AWP, the rest on AK-47s.
Well, then 3 rounds in a row required to take us to overtime here. Still, win this round, you reset NiP once again. Still not out of it just yet, although it's looking slightly grim. Apex towards those mid doors, sprays through, doesn't find anything just yet. We've got 2 players this time towards A once again, 3 and B. I like the setup, I like the ideas. I see 6 are waiting for them to go aggressive. If it does come in, it'll be Get Right going in first. Forest watching towards the mid doors with the AWP. Oh, sorry, it's Michael Lilly this time. Forest got an AK. I beg your pardon, man.
You can have it. You can certainly have it, because we've got a game on our hands in this map. Going the distance, not fully there yet, but EnVyUs, they could easily push it there with a win here as NiP's money. It's not amazing, but they've got map point. All it takes is this round and we're done. 2-0 for them, and they'll be into a semi-final tomorrow morning.
We've seen a few executions. This is lining to be another one here. But they're getting the bomb down, so they might just go with it again. They know it pushes Michael back, and there will be more of the same, it seems. They'll be going all in. They know they can get the short plant down. Michael Lilly's happy to fall back. That's actually the right call, I would say, from EnVyUs. We're not planting just yet, though.
Now they will. It'll be for Cat again, so once more we're going to see a 10-man situation in the post plant. A little bit further away from NiP this time, and Happy's playing a lurk at long rather than over toward B. Freiburg's still waiting for someone to push through, but how patient is he going to be? He's now looked away. They're going, though. Exist. He's found the first kill. Again, they've got to go back towards Catwalk. Get Right's going to be unimpeded about trying to get in there, because Happy, he's still waiting out toward long. Inside the site, exchanges starting to go both ways, and Happy's going to get toward long now. That's going to leave them in the open. 6er and MBK with kills. It's now just Forest and Get Right. Forest, lovely shot, but he's found. And Get Right's got to trade it back. Can't do it. Has to reload. Keep in mind, Happy's getting closer onto the site. Down to the 1 versus 1. Nade comes in, but it's done. Time is gone. Get Right cannot get there despite having the kit.
Well, you can see the adjustment there. The problem was last round, Happy wasn't anything to do with the situation. This time, exact same strategy, but he's waiting towards long. He's actually more involved at this point, can apply pressure from that position, and it works out a lot better. You can see the CTs had to approach a lot quicker from long. They could feel him coming, and Michael can't have the same sort of impact, though, although he did miss that first shot. I think I saw a bullet fly past MBK's head. So that makes sense for EnVyUs to perform that same strategy. If they can get the bomb down, many players actually dying at all on the server, that's almost the perfect strategy in that respect. Well, we're going to round number 29. 2 more required for EnVyUs here. Money's still available for NiP, though. Will they allow them to do it once again? The problem is that heavy B presence, that execution does allow EnVyUs to plant the bomb, so they have slightly adjusted this time. Still 2 in the B site, and Get Right towards CT spawn, so he's a little bit more involved towards that side of the map.
Kenny with the AWP. Already got out to top mid's going to cover up Catwalk for any aggression from NiP. And this is definitely last buy now for the Ninjas. They've been able to get enough out to try and put this into a situation where this into overtime. Michael's a car again. Get Right down towards CT spawn. And EnVyUs going to go with the same approach. They've gotten bombs down in the last 2 rounds. 1 lost, 1 won. So why not change it? Or why not do it again, rather? No need to change it if it's not broken. Smokes to go. 1 below, 1 above. It's going to be the drop-down strategy potentially available. Get Right's there, but no one's gone down just yet. Instead, it's going to be the op shot coming through. Miss from Michael Lilly. And a smoke on the site's going to mean he has to force himself back. Freiburg gone as well already to Happy. It's better on the entry this time from EnVyUs, and they've started it off. Get Right found as well. It's down to just 2 players as Forest is taken out in middle. Exist snaps back, but only for 1, and EnVyUs where in which NiP's got no money.
You can see, you're absolutely right. If it's working so well and you're not getting pressured at all when you get into the ESL, why change it? That execution is designed to make Orpus feel uncomfortable. Instead of challenging, Michael Eddy is falling back. That round he's a little bit more proactive in terms of he's trying to find that first frag. The flashes are on point for EnVyUs, and it's quite a clean round for them overall. And still, like you said, money broken for NiP.
And it's going to be a timeout as a result. They've got to come up with something.
Not, right? They don't want us to go to overtime ideally, but it's looking it will almost be certainly going in that fashion. It's going to be 2K across the board. For us, just discussing what the options are at this point. What can you do? What can you possibly come together with just 2K? Deagles, a scout maybe, 5-7s. Backs against the wall now. NiP still guaranteed overtime. Can't lose at this point in terms of regulation, but still, they knew they had such a big lead here. They had 11-4 kickoff in the first half after a successful new campaign as well. They won it close out 2-0.
MBK jumps over the head of his teammate Kenny S, who's watching mid doors. Oh, he tags him as well. Forrest is already down to 19. Bad to worse for NiP in the start of this round. Smoke out on the door as well. Freiberg positions himself toward the blue bin. He's going to actually get beyond that, a little bit closer. Wants that pistol potential to be absolute maximized by distance or lack thereof. Apex and Sixer as well at the bottom tunnels.
It's hard to think of a world where these pistols can really shut down that execution that presumably coming in again. EnVyUs know they've broken the money at this point. The execution was working flawlessly against a fully bought NiP. The setup hasn't changed too much as well. It's actually pretty much exactly the same. Markelele, poor guy, he's going to be facing it off once again. Why not just keep doing the same execution? That's going to be the question EnVyUs are asking. They've got even less to work with now. How can they possibly stop it? They've got the short control. MBK checks it, doesn't see anyone really there. Michael's going to drop a smoke on top of the bomb set there. Allows him to get a little headshot angle, but CT's presumably about to drop their first frag. Good timing from Forrest to get towards T-spawn. Is that going to do anything for them? I'm not so sure. Michael's smoke's starting to dissipate as well. At this point, the Terror's doing a great job of just bleeding out the CTs.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing right now, is trying to bleed them out in their entirety. Forrest is in a good position right now toward T-spawn to spot them go. Oh, okay, well, if he looks away, that's a problem. To spot them going into B, but he's going to be, oh yeah, backside shown, low HP. If he had a rifle, maybe it's a good position to be in, but even with the pistols, all it really does is serve to information, which is effectively ineffective because they've got no range. They can't get close to the site. They'll have to concede B. They do pick up 1 kill on MBK, but it's still 4 men inside this site. Rather take that back 3 plus Happy rotating back in from middle for EnVyUs. Freiberg, that gives them a gun to work with, but immediately after they lose Exist. And inside the window, this AK is going to try and go to work. Freiberg's got to play it. It is the last round regardless. We're going to be going overtime. It's going to be just Michael and they spray him down. Kenny, of course. And we'll get yet another round.
Nice little high five there from Sixer and Kenny. It's not awkward at all. But still, it doesn't matter. They made it to overtime. It was a tough road for them after losing 11-4, but they did a great job there. You can see NiP didn't have an answer. They didn't really adapt to it at all. They didn't try any players towards short. Once his execution started coming in, they was doing that same setup, focusing towards B time and time again. And it looked like Happy was having a whale of a time there. I actually caught up with him before this game. It is Happy calling on the T side, MBK on the CT side. And yeah, Happy's doing a great job so far of just keeping that pressure applied to the A side. The rotations, and yeah, the execution just seems on point. Michael Eddy only was able to stop it 1 round there, and there was a couple of decent retakes as well from NiP, but they couldn't rely on them. They were just kind of actually getting a little bit, not so much lucky, but the fact that Happy removed himself in so many situations, that one towards B when he was actually completely out of it, and then when he was in lower as well, he adjusts and manages to find overtime here. It will be MR3 10K. So for those playing at home, 1st to 19 in the screen.
A lovely Brazilian audience. Next semi-final, or the quarterfinal.
Yep, Optic versus Cloud9.
Yep, coming up immediately after this. I saw how passionate they were yesterday about SK. Cold Zero was outside our window of our comm box about 40 minutes ago, and I'm sure you guys could hear it coming through the mics. You're probably wondering why there was cheering nonsensically when there was no action going on, but it was actually because Cold was just down below near the merch booth.
It's kind of cool. These guys are like proper celebrities here. People are fanatical about them.
Yeah, I was out for a walk this morning. Palista Avenue, it's called in English. I'm not sure. They say it in a much more fancy and eloquent way.
Yeah.
in Portuguese, but I was walking down that and there was like 4 people that I saw, 4 individually different people that I saw that had SK hoodies on.
Pretty cool. Well, let's get into this one, shall we? Double orb setup for the CTs, an expensive buy, especially if it is our first round, but I feel like that's what they'll be the strongest. It's the adjustment they're going to make here, considering the blunders they had towards that A side. So this is the adjustment. Forest by himself towards B with the orb, and this is actually showing more presence toward the A side to have a bit more firepower to challenge what EnVyUs have been doing. But if you're smart, though, if you're happy, you're probably thinking, this is where they adjust to what we're doing right now. This is when I start throwing in the fakes. This is where we start going towards middle and B a little bit more.
Back at the corner, Get Right's a little bit forward of that, though, in behind the doorway. M4 in his hand, spots him as well, sees the gun barrels coming in, a flash, but he can't find his shots, and smartly doesn't overcommit to it because it was a trap of many players on the other side for EnVyUs. And back over to Catwalk we go now. Is it going to be the same play again immediately into overtime? Get Right's the swing. Walk back through CT. It's Michael Illy again on the AWP as well. Double op setup with Forest. As money finally in the favor, having started out with the 10K flashing. Get Right wants it this time, and he's going to make it work. Sixer goes down, that's bomb. He's going to pull them back. Now, did he see the bomb? That's the question, because they recover it in time. They don't reface him. And he's got an opportunity to try and get back on Catwalk before they get in the sight. Flash is going out to allow that to happen, but no one else peeking. He lines them up. Good headshot in. NBK's got an A drawn out. Get Right's going to find another. And suddenly NiP take control as Freiburg's going to drop Happy down. Flash back out. Michael's there. Good play from NiP, specifically from Get Right.
Yep, doing some great work there. He's more active towards mid this time, finding kills, not allowing them to have 5 players to execute on the site. He finds 3 in total as well. He just sets it up for his team and they smash it down. Good work overall. The double orb setup means they can have more presence towards mid and actually showing they can go toe-to-toe still. I was liking the setup there, and the retakes were looking great in regulation, but it was just falling apart towards the end there. So here we go. The double orb setup doesn't get punished just yet. The money's still good for the Ninjas going forward. Kenny is still on the AWP himself. Round number 2 of 3 here. 1-0 in favor of NiP. They're having 3 players towards A now, more traditional in terms of what we're used to seeing from most CT setups. Get Right this time, the hero of the last round. He'll be in CT spawn once again. Default for now from EnVyUs. It's been pretty par for the course so far. Going for that short control and then making the call at that point.
Happy flash through smoke. Spray in. No one on the other side to find it. Freiburg is close to pit. Michael's come down as a result of that smoke and flash to give a little more support. And then a secondary smoke as well to go out. But he positions himself again. This time EnVyUs is going to run the same play. At least as he still sits toward mid. Molotov there, so no one can push through and flank as Get Right did last round. Just waiting for the opportunity, happy for them to push through, but Get Right smartly is going to go towards CT this time instead. So he'll be in a position a little bit closer. They haven't been running the drop down as much on the NV side. So Get Right's waiting for it, but instead they've actually just been doing the isolation smoke, playing off the passive play of Michael Illy, but that works out. He gets another shot. Get Right down below is found 2. Another in the smoke, looking for the 3rd, and Get Right's got it again.
Oh my God, Get Right stepping up in overtime. He's in CT spawn, a thorn in that side, and Happy's in B once again. He can't help his teammates here at all. It doesn't matter if he gets this kill round over. And NiP do it again, holding towards A. Get Right playing out of his mind here in overtime. He saw that adjustments needed to be made towards the end of that CT half in regulation time, and he's made them single-handedly. Great work from him. And now the money's actually broken for EnVyUs. This could be a 3-0 here, Matt. 2 Tech 9s, 3 AKs, no nades really to speak of, 3 smokes, that's it. Maybe this has to be a B rush here for them heading towards the tunnels right now. This has fallen apart. What looked so promising in regulation actually started to fall apart now. 3-0 would be so tremendous here for the CT side.
And you said it, it's Get Right adapting to what needed to be done. He identified the fact that they were losing the A site. First round he pushes through, and a audacious play, and it works out. The second one he just swings accordingly. And again, you've got to give credit as Exist pops out in mid to take down Happy. To Michael Illy, finding shots and being passive, not overcommitting to the fight when they walk in from Cat. That's going to be frustrating for EnVyUs as well when they look for those kills. This time looking for those kills. Forrest positioned himself perfectly, does get traded back by Sixer, but that limits the numbers already, and Get Right's gonna get close to the smoke. Do they spot him? Not yet. Flash in. He's got a lineup that goes down this time. Apex instead, and it's gonna give the B site to EnVyUs in a 2 versus 2. Low HP on Sixer though, 36. A good shot from Kenny, better than that which Exist could accomplish. Bomb's gonna get planted. And actually, you're right, it was 3-on-2, my mistake. Freiburg was well removed from the action. Freiberg trying to get the shot. The taps back to the site. Oh, Michael's going to Molotov him out, but Kenny's looking for the shot. It's going to be done. Sixer finds the other, and it is going to be 2-1. Envy respond.
Comes down to that incendiary. Had Michael actually thrown it correctly towards the back right of the site, he could have actually flushed Kenny out, and that could be Freiberg knocking it down. He misses it and caught out with the knife. Answered those doors, and against all odds, EnVyUs fired round number 3. They only had Tech 9s and AKs there as well. So the gun round's not working out for them, but we move over to the T half now for NiP. That's when they got 11-4 in the first half. All they needed 1 round to guarantee second set of overtime here. 2 would find the victory. What's the setup here from EnVyUs? Presumably just a single orb setup. We know they do have the potential to have a double, but Happy doesn't seem to bring the orb out that much anymore. Seems to be relying on his M4 and AK, which is probably good news to the team. You've got Kenny S there. He operates very well alone.
Okay, all right. I thought that bounced off his teammate's head, not the box. And it was going to mess up the cross smoke, but Michael wasn't in a position to catch it anyway. He goes to be fast. That's why he does it as well. Kenny down already. Now they have to drop a smoke out. Early utility used, then a man lost. And it pulls MBK through middle, which therefore gets caught by Forrest. So that 1 kill leads to 2. They're on a 5-on-3, and we're not even, I don't know, we're at a minute and 30, do the math, 25 seconds into the round. Sixer does respond as Exist will push through the tunnels on his own. But he's got a large task if he wants to bring another kill into this. They're going to get swarm him inside of the smoke. Wide angles to peek out. He's going to watch that position, but a Molotov distills him. He can't scope it in time, and therefore Freiberg takes advantage.
Has to go for it now. EnVyUs 4-on-2. Apex and Happy. The flash is available, but that's about it. It's so hard to retake this side. The good news is the bomb hasn't been planted just yet, so maybe they can do something about this. Apex wants to commit, but he hasn't got his teammate with him, and Happy was looking towards those mid doors.
Apex is looking desperately to find something, but another Molotov. It's going to spread. He's going to commit. It may work. Get right snaps back. It's Happy. 1 versus 4, and it might be map point for NiP yet again. They had it in regulation. It was overtime forced by Envy. Walks out and assassinates him.
Semi-final point picked up here for NiP. They won the first map. We're in overtime on the second, but a great way to kick things off here. There was no double orb set up for the CTs. Had they bought that, could have been a bit of trouble there. So once the buy, I'm sure an orb has been dropped for Kenny S. I'll have a look for that right now. There it is. He picks it up. And it was Michael Early towards B there, taking down the aggression from Kenny towards that B tunnel. That was the opening frag, and 6F did what he could, but can only find 1 frag in return. Retake doesn't work out for the CTs. We're going to round number 2 here. This one picked up at the Swedish side, puts him a place in the semi-final.
Get right, throwing bomb away, just to make sure that he can start to probe out A-long if anyone's going to push through. Apex, looked like he thought about it, but he goes back over beside Pit. You can see it in the top corner. Flash out on Cat. No one on the other side of it. Happy's down below. Very similar setup to what we often see on Dust2. Very similar to what we saw specifically from NiP in the first half of overtime, with Happy basically being the get-right, being the swing player in this.
Well then, short control has been obtained by Freiberg. They've got some presence towards long as well. Could be an A split coming in as well. Apex, this is quite a new position for him in terms of the adjustments since Sixer came into the lineup. He'll be holding towards long. Has another smoke to hold them off even longer. At the 1 minute mark as well, it's a very good time to deploy it. Means they have to wait a little bit longer, but on the other side of the map is Exist. This could be a bit of a ruse here, setting a mid fake when the bomb's towards long. He's trying to pull rotations over to the side of the map, keep him playing in CT spawn potentially as well. Happy though just looking over that smoke. As the A split potentially will be coming in once they wait for that smoke to go down along. Apex needs to step up here. He's not in the pit. 1 and done position traditionally. If he gets flashed as well, he's in a world of trouble here.
Double flashes. Apex is able to dodge them both, and the flash out in return. It's going to give Kenny a chance to come down. Oh, they jump and they both go over him. Nearly line it, but Michael gets the shot in return. Exist is already on the site as well. Smokes off. If that Molotov had gone toward elevator, it would have pushed them back, but instead Happy's able to go through as a result. Good trade from Exist. Still a 2 versus 2 and a chance for a boost. 2 players toward elevator again. And Michael's going to go for the plan.
No.
He's showing, and his Sixer capitalizes. That's a huge problem, and Exist goes for a jump because there's no time, and Sixer pulls it back.
He goes for the safe plant, but doesn't commit to the corner. That's kind of nuts, is it not? Definitely can, and that's
I think
a safe
your backside
plant.
still shows, but you can easily get...
No, if you look into the wall, you can definitely plant that safe, right? They can jump up and find you, but that,
close,
he decides to plant in the open. He actually wittingly adjusts and goes in the open there. That didn't really make sense. Well, regardless, the 2 versus 2. Exciting way to kick it off there with that exchange towards long. does come in favour of EnVyUs. This is the final round now of the first set of overtime. One round will do it for NiP, one for EnVyUs to take us to double overtime here. Exciting stuff so far. Dust2 certainly delivered on that front. NiP this time towards long A. Michael talk about the AWPers primarily on Dust2 as they are very, very influential finding these opening picks. They'll be looking towards mid from the catwalk area.
forced to go back up toward the top of middle as well. Smoke out in the door, Happy. Tries to find anyone on the other side of it. It's Kenny and Apex both staring down toward the long doors right now with Happy and CT. Does create a bit of a void on that A site, but Kenny's adjusted that. So double over.
Well, they have got the chance to execute towards A here. 3 smokes available. It's enough. Not ideal, but
Apex, oh, I thought he was going to go on that. Smokes it again. And I thought he might just go immediately for the push through, but they know he's in that corner because of the bounce. But he gets so blinded. They're so blinded in turn. It's going to be Kenny to pick up Exist. That offsets the kills. Traded by Get Right. But he's distracted Kenny long enough to give Freiburg a chance to walk in. And the other 3 EnVyUs players are locked away from the side. A single smoke now doubled up towards CT spawn. They'll rotate MBK and Happy toward catwalk instead. Bomb. It's planted. Is it on top of the box?
No, it's a platform.
Okay, it is platform inside. The mini-map threw me off there.
There
Either way, Michael's going to start it. Second shot to present itself. Molotov. Or is it NiP in the semi-final? Yes, indeed. Freiburg's the man to do it.
Great work from Freiburg there towards the end. A bit of a sloppy kill, but it doesn't matter. They get on towards the A side there. Now they need to shut down NiP with the A split. Attentions from long and short as well. NiP can't feel comfortable. Freiburg finds the headshot. That's the really influential kill. Once you take him down, you're going to get the bomb planted, and NLP do it 2-0. Making themselves first place there in the semi-final. And they do say goodbye to EnVyUs.